Disney princesses, we've all heard of them, and even your grandmother could name at least two. Probably Snow White's in there because she's probably old. Did you know that Anna and Elsa are not Disney princesses? And neither is Leia. It drives me bonkers when people say, Leia's a Disney princess now. She's not. She's a princess, but not a Disney princess. And we've had a few princesses like this before. Kida from Atlantis, Elanwi from Black Cauldron, both princesses, not Disney princesses. And I'm gonna tell you why. The Princess Royal Court. The Princess Royal Court is basically the official lineup of Disney princesses, and it was formed in 2000, so they took every princess from Snow White to Mulan and formed an exclusive club of princesses, and excluded Elanwi from Black Cauldron. Now if you're a new princess past the year 2000, you need to be inducted into the Royal Court. We actually haven't had an official Disney princess coronation since 2013 for Merida, and I will leave a link to her coronation below because it was super beautiful and emotional. And in total, we've actually only had 3 coronations, one for Tiana, Rapunzel, and then Merida. So far, there doesn't seem to be an official ceremony format for these coronations, but Merida's definitely seemed the most put together in my opinion. Not all the princesses were at Tiana's coronation. In fact, Pixar characters were even there, which was kind of interesting. Rapunzel's coronation felt quite a bit smaller than all the others. There wasn't as much of an audience, but all the princesses were there to celebrate her. Anna and Elsa have not been inducted yet. Anna and Elsa did have a welcoming ceremony in Hollywood Studios in Disney World, but it wasn't an official coronation. It was more of a celebration of Frozen itself. In fact, no other characters besides Frozen characters were at this ceremony. Awkward. Some of you may be wondering, why haven't Anna and Elsa been included yet? It's all about branding, kids. In 2000, when the Princess Royal Court became a thing, it became an official brand. Disney Princess is its own brand on its own under Disney. It all came to be when former Consumer Products chairman Andy Moody was in line for Disney on Ice. He looked around and saw a bunch of little girls in generic princess outfits, and he was like, hey, I could make money off this. As we all do. And now in the Disney store, Disney princesses take up like half of the room. Anna and Elsa are not included in this Disney princess brand because I'm sure you noticed the Frozen brand by itself blew up. At this current point in time, Disney is keeping Disney Princess and Frozen separate. I'm sure you've seen that on every Disney Princess product, Frozen characters are not included. We'll get Disney Princess backpacks, and then we'll get Frozen backpacks, and the Frozen characters will not be on the Disney Princess backpacks. Individual princesses in the Royal Court may have their own opportunity to get their own merchandise. Ariel and Rapunzel are current examples, but they're still part of the Royal Court and still have the opportunity to be on a piece of multi-princess merchandise. Anna and Elsa don't get that option. It's Frozen or nothing, you two. Frozen or nothing. I think initially Disney did intend to induct Anna and Elsa into the Royal Court, but because of the success of Frozen that they never could have predicted, it's just not happening. Which is too bad because we would have had our first official Disney queen, and now we don't. I hope Anna and Elsa get inducted into the Royal Court when Frozen dies down 10 years later. We'll see. Interestingly enough, Tinkerbell actually was in the original Princess Royal Court. But in 2005, Disney Fairies became a brand and she left the Princess Royal Court to become her own brand. And now she's got a bunch of new friends and her own series of films, which are very, very good. I love the Tinkerbell movies. Secret of the Wings is my favorite. And Tinkerbell is now voiced by Mae Whitman, who was the Duff in the movie The Duff. Remember that movie? So there you go, now you understand the Princess Royal Court, and my question is, what are we gonna do with Moana? I predict that we are going to induct her into the Royal Court because it seems like this movie is already being marketed as a princess movie, so that means we might have a new princess come November. That's exciting. If you have any questions about the Royal Court, I feel like I only scratched the surface, please leave a comment down below and I will answer your question. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a magical day. I hope you learned a thing or two about princesses, and I will talk to you guys later.